Welcome back, everybody. I just got back from the Griddle More Tour, and it was so much fun. I've really been enjoying all the postings. Everybody out there telling me that they're making my tour recipes this year, and one of them is called the Colorado Cajun.
Let's give it a try.
The first ingredient is Cajun andouille sausage, and of course, I'm not a real Cajun. That's why I call this the Colorado Cajun. Shout out to Mike, by the way, who helped confirm that name. I was originally calling this Louisiana stir fry or Cajun stir fry. I was at a demo, and Mike was out there, and I said, should I call it the Colorado Cajun? And Mike said, yes, you should, and so that's why we're doing it. So the andouille sausage is a Cajun sausage that was invented in France, I believe. It has pork, onion, garlic, pepper, even wine marinated in there as well. This happens to be the Adele's brand. If you go to your local grocery store, you can typically find Adele's or Johnsonville, Sam's Choice, whatever. You can see that's how I have them chopped up here. I'll show you real quick how we did that, because we want to make sure we do the recap here properly. Everyone's trying my tour recipes, but a lot of people are saying, hey, you know, I forgot how it was that you cut that sausage. So this is all we did here. I took the sausage link like so, and cut it in half lengthwise, and then we just did these little half coin slices. That's all there is to it. So that is our andouille sausage. Now over here, I have my brand new Blackstone model 1901, the culinary collection, the 3-burner 28-inch deep dish griddle. By the way, if you want to see an in close and up close, in depth, there we go, in depth video on all the bells and whistles about this griddle, just go out to my YouTube channel, my personal YouTube channel, where I do lots of behind the scenes things. So Todd Toven on YouTube, and check it out. So if you want to Google that, it's Blackstone model 1901. I'm on medium right now. Now this griddle has built-in heat deflectors and wind guards, so it's going to be a lot hotter than some other griddles. So I'm down around medium, but hey, if you have a 17-inch griddle, you might need to be on high. Just know your griddle. We want to sear up this sausage, so make sure you have it hot enough. So I have a little bit of extra virgin olive oil here down on the griddle top. This is exactly the way we did this on tour this year. And then down with the andouille sausage. So the trinity of Cajun cooking is typically some type of a bell pepper with onion and celery. Now I want things to look pretty, okay? So I do have a red bell pepper because I thought the green pepper with the green celery would be way too much. So you decide what you want to do. We're gonna go roughly equal parts here today. So down with the celery, like so, followed by the red bell pepper. Last but not least, the onion. Yellow onion, white onion. The recipe really doesn't care what color onion you use there. Now this was the first generation bottle from a couple years ago, Crazy Cajun, and I believe it became Cajun, and it's sold under some other names as well. But the bottom line is some type of a Cajun seasoning, which is going to be cayenne, pepper, paprika mixture. So let's go in here with that here and put a little bit of the Cajun, the Blackstone Cajun seasoning on there. Put a little bit over here on the sausage as well. The Uncle Ben's, now it's known as Ben's, the Uncle Ben's Ready Rice, and I personally like the long grain and wild rice. Now the instructions say to use 90 seconds, to put it in the microwave for 90 seconds. You do not need to use the microwave. I have people every time I do this recipe that ask me if I went off camera and put it in the microwave for 90 seconds. You don't need to do that because, of course, the griddle top's gonna negate your need to use a microwave. So the same thing, gonna go down with some oil here on the griddle top, and then straight down with that long grain wild rice. little extra oil in there. You can add a little extra Cajun seasoning if you want to. And check this out. I found this in my travels this year. You know, we used the pink salt, the white salt, but I found this. I'd never seen it before. Violet sea salt, a purple salt. So come on here. Let's get a close-up of that. Look at that. The purple salt. It's got to be good, right? Gonna grab some curly parsley, and this is gonna be our garnish towards the end. So we're just gonna chop up some of that parsley like so. There we go, maybe mince it up a little bit. It's a nice little added touch toward the end. We're also gonna have some lemons in there at the end as well. Let's, whoa, hey, grill time, folks. What did I forget? I forgot my garlic. Let's get back over here to the griddle. So you have to have garlic when you're cooking Cajun food, and of course I love garlic. Garlic paste, hey, if you're in a hurry and you forget your garlic, it's sure nice to have garlic paste. What is garlic paste? It's a mixture of soybean oil and garlic, so it really has a super fresh taste when compared to jarred garlic. It's a great option if you want that fresh garlic taste. So I'm gonna put that down there in the middle, and we're gonna show you how, even if you make a mistake and you forget your garlic, we can make up for lost time. So I've got the garlic with a little bit of olive oil, that'll help it not to burn. Gonna get that cooking here. Oh, it's looking good already. Talked about that earlier, about using different colors. If you had all green, right? If you had a greenish onion with green bell pepper and with the green celery, but right, that red really has a nice contrast because then it makes that green, which normally the green would just melt into the recipe and you wouldn't see it, but that brings out the green. It's really good. I didn't grow up cooking with andouille sausage. I grew up in Pennsylvania, and we used a lot, where I lived, it was all about Italian sausage. My dad is Italian. We had a lot of hot Italian sausages, and a lot of Polish sausage, a lot of kielbasa. So shout out to anybody out there that loves kielbasa or Italian sausage. We did not grow up eating bratwurst. Absolutely not. So to this date, don't really like bratwurst, but andouille, whew, I really like that. So really good spice in there. I'd made this recipe a couple times here for the family, and then it was just sufficient. I say this in my videos a lot. It was sufficient. It wasn't outstanding. How could I make it better, I thought. And then one night it came to me, heavy whipping cream. Now there hasn't been, this is no exaggeration, there hasn't been a day since May. This is mid-July right now, where I haven't received a message. I got one this morning from somebody that said, I thought you were nuts when you said heavy whipping cream, but wow, did it make the flavor of the recipe explode. Oh my, it mixes up, it neutralizes the pepper for sure, but it makes a creamy sauce. Doesn't that look good? Look at that, heavy whipping cream. I suppose you could do half and half, or just regular whipping cream, but why would you when you could do heavy whipping cream? Now, you're gonna have to decide how much you need for your batch here. Folks, this recipe would also be outstanding with shrimp, right? Take the tail off, shrimp. I would think that would be something very Cajun. Crawdad meat, same thing, might even be better. Let's come over here and let's see what we can do to make this pretty. Grab my serving spoon over here. Okay, gonna get a little bit of that fresh parsley. So here's that fresh parsley. Gonna sprinkle some on top, okay? But we're also gonna mix some in. We'll just take our lemon, get our fresh lemon here, and see if we can't get some, there we go. Can you see that lemon juice? That lemon juice in there. And my theory is, my thinking, I guess, my rationale, there we go, with the lemon is, you know, when you go to a Cajun crawfish or a shrimp boil, of course, there's always a lot of lemon involved. So this is what I think helps bring it all together. First time you see food, You see it. The first time you see food, I think, first time you taste food, I think, is when you taste it with your eyes. There we go. Whew. I don't know what I'm saying anymore. So that's what we're doing here. So I'll go ahead and put a little bit more parsley on top. I could probably take a lemon wedge here if I wanted to make it look extra pretty. Get that seed out of there. I could take a lemon wedge or two and decorate my plate like so, and then I like to finish it off with a hot sauce, a Louisiana-based hot sauce. So don't get mad at me. Don't get mad at me, folks from Louisiana. My friend Bruce Mitchell, he loves to use Crystal sauce. I used Crystal on a lot of the tour dates this year, but I couldn't find Crystal at the store, but I needed to make it. So I have used Crystal before, I've used Louisiana before, and I've even used Texas Pete before. Texas Pete, of course, made in North Carolina. But the point being that it's going to be a cayenne-based vinegar sauce. And so here we go. A little bit of that on top like so to make it look extra pretty. Put a little bit around the edge, and you could also decorate with a little more around the edge as well. And you could probably even choose to put one last hint of salt on top. But take a look at that. I call it the Colorado Cajun. Only one thing left to do. Let's give it a try. Make sure I get some bell pepper in there. Definitely want to get a little bit of parsley, a little bit of celery as well. Immediately, I taste the cream, the creaminess. The heavy whipping cream is just, It goes so well with that hot sauce.
Love the creaminess also, and it's got a nice little bite to it. Guarantee.
This is Todd. I'm saying praise the Lord and pass the Colorado Cajun.
I guarantee.